Is Lone cooked? That is the real question. In conclusion, I don't think he's fully cooked because the court hearing, again, I said this on Twitter and everything because I posted it originally. I got it from a different source and everybody was saying it was fake news and all this. And I don't want to be here slandering anyone, pushing false information, especially when it's like, I wouldn't say career ending, but harsh enough where a lot of people will feel a certain type of way. However, again, I pulled the records myself. You know, I suited up, put a tie on, and I became the lawyer. I studied business law in college, you know what it is. And unfortunately, all of the evidence aligns with Bobby Sandamani. I'll pull up the records for you just so you know that it's completely true, okay? Even the birthday aligns to Destroy Lonely's birthday, which is July 30th, 2001. So this is a screenshot from my own records, okay? State of Georgia versus Sandamani Bobby. Now, what some people were saying was Bobby, aka Destroy Lonely, not me. Although I've been charged with, I think, obstruction of an officer at a frat party once. I was the only person that got charged for whatever reason. I was literally just standing in the door when they busted through to shut down the party. And then I was like, I was like a freshman too. But regardless, people are saying that he's the third, which I believe is true. However, again, if you go to the date of birth, it says July 30th, 2001. As y'all can see, that aligns, meaning that, okay, we got one more checkbox that it is Destroy Lonely. Secondly, let's get into the actual charges. So it's simple battery, family violence, which I believe, don't quote me on this, is like and it's a misdemeanor, some sort of version of domestic violence, maybe not as heinous as a obviously felony crime, but it does mean that he put his hands on her in some way, because the difference between assault versus battery is that assault doesn't mean that you necessarily touch the person. It just means is a verbal or physical threat. So it could have been just verbal. You could have made them feel like they were in danger. But then what is battery? Battery is an unlawful application of force directly or indirectly upon another person or their personal belongings, causing bodily injury or offensive contact. So that could mean that he put his hands on her somewhat. Now, I'm going to get into more information that maybe loosens up the case a little bit because they are now in contact. I don't know if they are together anymore. However, the girl that's involved, her name is Imani Childs. Now, if we go to, because as a lot of y'all already know, Aisha is his girlfriend's name, or ex-girlfriend. So if we go to her tweets a long time ago in 2011, she says herself on the same exact Twitter account, you can go reference it. She says, "My name's Imani Childs. Who the fuck are you?" So it looks like Aisha isn't necessarily her. It might be her middle name or something, just the name that she goes by, but her real name is Imani Childs. So that confirms that one, it is the same birthday as Destroy Lonely in the court records. And then the girl that's involved is his ex or his current girlfriend. I'm being super federal, but that's just because everybody was saying that I was spreading false information at first, and I'm just sitting here trying to provide news, okay? You're not gonna sit here and tell me that I don't know how to search up court records like I didn't study it for 4 years, okay? Here's something that lightens up the case potentially. There was a bond, basically like a restraining order of sorts, in which he was not allowed to see her. You can see at the very top, the court included as a special condition in the bond order that Mr. Sandamani has no further contact with the alleged victim, Imani Childs. He can't see her, he can't talk to her, he can't text her, he can't be near her. I don't know how many feet away he has to be from her, but basically that's just to protect the victim, especially during the trial. This is where it lightens up. Afterwards, they modify the bond. The bond be modified consistent with her wishes, that the conditions be modified with no contact to no violent contact. So this all happened, I believe, in like November. So that means that now we're in April, we're in May. So that means between that time, they got back together potentially. And so he could actually see her again, be in close contact with her. The only restraining order is that he can't like physically or violently touch her. You know what I mean? Now, it looks like his jury hearing, I believe it's somewhere else on this. I didn't screenshot that part because I didn't want to be that federal, but I documented in the tweet, June 18th, 2024. So I believe on June 18th. It's a misdemeanor. The bond was only $2,000, so it didn't look like it was too strong of a case or like too bad, let's say. I'm not saying that she's not a victim, because you should never put a hand on a woman, everybody in the chat. But I'm just saying, like, he's not going to go to jail necessarily. It's just going to be slapped with a fine potentially. And he has a good lawyer likely because he's rich and he's got a label. So he'll be good. But I just wanted to explain everything for everybody so that people don't start spreading false information, whether or not this is actually true. It is confirmed this is Destroy Lonely, unfortunately. Now, will this affect his album, y'all are asking? Potentially. Remember, we saw Playboy Cardi, he was gonna drop an album out, I think like late 2023 or something like that, but then he got arrested, or maybe it was 2022, something like that. Maybe it was early 2023 that he was trying to drop, but then he got arrested for his own domestic, or charged with his own domestic violence case, and then that kind of set back things, because this is not good press to have during your album. So I could see it very well delaying his album, because he's supposed to drop what, in May, sometime soon. So this isn't the best press. They probably got to clean this up, make sure that he's proven innocent or let off easy before he can drop an album. He probably just screamed at or put her in danger. Nah. See, as I said before, it's battery. It is battery. There's a difference between assault and battery. And battery means that there was actually physical touch in this case, meaning he put his hands on her. Okay, so it's GG's, unfortunately. We thought he was the only innocent opium member, but it looks like everybody be doing this shit. I don't know. But again, they got back together. So maybe she didn't think it was all too bad, to the point where like maybe she regrets calling the cops in this situation. But also there are certain scenarios when girls, and you've probably seen this online, where they do still get abused, but like they still keep the man. So it could go either way. Like we really can't discount anything here, because there's still a case that's public record.